Hello and welcome to Subfacts. I'm your host, Matt. I'm here with my partner in crime, Mooney. What's up, Mooney?
What's up, dude?
You know what I was thinking? I had this weird thought. It was kind of like earlier this week, but it was more this summer. I think not this summer, this weekend.
Right.
It really kind
The
of
weekend, the band, or this?
No, the week this past weekend. The worst part of my day is Sundays at like 8:00 at night
because why? Because you got to
you
go to work.
You got to work the next day and all
Right.
that kind of stuff. And we all go through this, so I'm not alone. But I thought about it and I was like, my boy is literally doing nothing all summer long, and he's enjoying it. He's loving life, and that his look is the same look I had as a kid. I was young and
Right.
I got excited for the summers. I knew I was going to do nothing but whatever I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And then as an adult, you work and that just goes away. And I'm like,
it goes away. Yeah.
Why are we programming our kids to like enjoy summers?
Excellent point.
It's like, you know what? Now in hindsight, I wish somebody had said, you're going to be working the rest of your life. So every summer you're going to be like going to school either longer or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But don't give me the summers off until I'm, 15, 16 when I can start then working.
Right. So for 15 years you skate by.
Yeah, and I had the best time. And now I hate it every summer.
You know what? For me it was like 14, but that's fine.
Every summer I get so annoyed. Every time I see a kid with a smile on their face, I just want to flip them off. It just annoys me because they're enjoying life so much, and I'm like, really, is that how it needs to be?
Yeah,
I'm gonna be like, you're gonna be me one day, sir. That's what I say to them.
Did anyone win Powerball last night?
Somebody did.
Finally,
yes. Yeah. Somebody in like Los Angeles, in like downtown LA or something like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and
it
so
was downtown LA, and it was one ticket that won.
Yep, one ticket
in a tiny little like hole in the wall
bodega type
place. Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is, we still have Mega Millions is at like 800 million now or something like that. So we're almost there. So
when's Mega Million? I know I have tickets for both, but then I
tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, yeah.
So I got to buy Mega Millions again.
Yeah, I got tickets, but we'll
Mega
see.
Millions like 3 days a week now, right? Or something? Or
Powerball is 3 days a week. Mega Millions is 2.
Yeah, okay. one of them. So
anyway. All I know is I spent about $100 in Mega Millions and Powerball tickets, and I have nothing to show for it.
Wow, you did $100?
Yeah, each of the last 4 Powerball drawings have done $20.
Oh yeah, no chance. You only need one ticket. I always get one.
I only get one. I get one.
Because it's like your chances are so small as it is. You might as well just get one.
People buy like $100 worth.
Yeah, but they're dummies.
Okay.
That's
I'm almost.
You're the math guy out of the two of us. You're the one that should be telling me you're an idiot if you buy more than.
No, I think 5 to 10 tickets is probably the right number. I don't think 1's the right number, but I think 5 to 10 is
just
the right
mentally
number.
That sounds good in your head.
No, it just sounds like. I mean, your chances are infinitesimal. What are they? 1 in 200 million anyway. I mean,
infinitesimal. Is it a word? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, infinitesimal is a word.
Is it really? That's awesome.
Infinitesimal.
I'm going to use it from now on.
I don't know. I mean, Brian can look up the exact spelling, but it's INFETESSIMAL, I think. But
like it's a part of infinity, or
it's like it'll never happen. Like,
dude, it's awesome. New word, folks. That might be the name of the show. If I could only spell it. So
Brian can spell it. He's got the computer there. He's probably not.
So what was it?
Spelling.
What was it?
INFETESSIMAL.
Good thing we didn't go to warm up. My man's sleeping on the job.
What word are we spelling?
Infinitesimal.
It's wow, this is riveting show, guys.
Infinitesimal. There it is. INFINIT.
Infinitesimal.
ESIMAL. Infinitesimal.
Infinitesimal. Name of the show.
Infinitesimal.
Boom.
Yeah.
You heard it here, folks. Infinitesimal.
Love it. Riveting.
That's solid.
Podcast.
That's a good Scrabble word off the bat, dude. Okay. What's up, Brian?
Well, you've
With
already
the
heard from me, so
infinitesimal
hi.
knowledge.
This is the warm up this week. The first question.
Spell infinitesimal.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
How
Now I
would you
know.
rank your 7 sins?
Oh,
Oh, this is a fantastic question.
I'm glad you put all the sins out there because I always forget them.
So this would be my
Um,
ranking. The
Okay,
one you see.
so just so we have,
Meaning, this is what you think of yourself, or what
This
do
is
you
what I
think
think. Like
of
my
this
my
thing?
number one sin is sloth. Second is gluttony. Third is wrath. Fourth is lust, greed, pride, envy. It would be last. Like my
Okay.
least sin.
so folks, yeah, Brian just said them, but for those who are listening on their radio, it's the 7 deadly sins, basically.
Right. But
Just
you
in
know
case
what's
they didn't
funny
know.
is because I think the opposite will just be true for how you view the sins, right? Like, obviously,
Mhm.
number one for me is probably sloth,
Mhm.
right? I mean, I would hate, it's not that I want to be that way, but my weight dictates,
Well, I was clinically proven lazy twice in my life.
right?
So
Like my weight probably dictates that my number one is sloth. Two is probably wrath. Three is probably gluttony, although I don't find myself a very gluttonous person.
you're actually not. That's the weird thing when it comes to like food and stuff.
Right. So
You
maybe
really
I put,
aren't.
you know what? I'll put lust 3 and gluttony 4. Pride 5, envy 6. No. You know what? I am a little bit envious. So sloth, wrath, envy, lust, then greed, pride, and gluttony. Because I'm not greedy, I'm not prideful, and I'm not gluttonous.
Yeah. So I have to work my way. I don't know how to approach it, whether it's work from the bottom or. So I agree. Sloth. That's why we all get along. I think sloth is first. Gluttony is second, which is so Brian and I are aligned there.
Wrath is way down
I
for
have
you.
no wrath. That would be
That'd be
like
7.
that'd be number 7 right there. Then it would be I'd probably go greed after for 3. Then probably envy, then lust, and then pride. I don't have pride. I don't have that.
Yeah, but you're not lacking pride. You're
No,
just,
I'm not lacking pride, but I'm not like
you don't find it, you
no,
don't
it's
act prideful.
no,
Right.
it's not a characteristic of
Yeah.
myself.
And I think that's why all three of us get along, because I mean, those
Yeah.
three are low on our list.
Yeah, so and like wrath is by far I am the most like non.
Yeah, that one for me is a little bit high.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get angry.
I
won't
listen.
like me.
No, but the thing is, like, I listen to like really angry, aggressive
Yeah.
stuff. So for me, I
You
don't
get it
have.
out via the music.
Oh yeah. I don't have any anger anywhere else.
Good question.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Next question. What was the best 80s action TV show?
Another fantastic question.
Out of the
I mean, it doesn't have to be the ones here, but why don't you?
Yeah.
Why don't you,
No, I will say this. I have to. For me,
I mean, I have an
for me,
easy one.
For me, there's a tie. Actually, it's a 3-way tie. No, never mind. I'm just gonna go straight up Miami Vice.
Really?
Miami Vice would be my number one.
Wow.
Wow.
No way.
Sounds out of left field. I wouldn't have predicted that.
The soundtrack for me was always awesome. And then I had a thing for Ferrari Testarossas when I was a kid. So and the dude drove a Ferrari Testarossa. So it was one of those. And Don John, I had the suit. We all did, I'm sure. But I mean, like, I totally had the Miami Vice like
look,
the look for a fat kid. It didn't really like. Trust me, I did. I looked like the opposite of Don Johnson. But
who didn't like that look though?
Yeah, but no, it's pretty solid.
Man, like for an easy one for me is MacGyver. Like that's the standout one. I don't even think there's a tie. I loved A-Team. Fall Guy was really good. I didn't really watch Spencer for Hire. I didn't watch Gold Monkey at all.
I didn't even know that's a thing.
Simon and Simon, I didn't watch. Greatest American Hero. it was a good show, but it wasn't that action packed for me.
Mhm.
Airwolf was pretty good. Knight Rider was good. You know what? And this goes back to the previous question. So the Sins, I was always way too envious of Miami Vice. So I kind of was like, I hate it. I'm not going to watch it.
Oh, really?
Because I was like, man, like those guys are super cool. They get everything. I'm like, I don't want to watch show about two guys that get everything they want in life.
What I liked it, like I said, the soundtrack was awesome, and a lot of times the performers were in the show. Like they would like act in the show as like different characters and whatnot. So it was pretty cool. I always dug it, and you get to stay up for it. You know, it was one of those. I think it came on at like 10 o'clock at night, so it was like a neat thing to stay up.
For me, it was the A-Team followed by Magnum PI.
Boom.
Yeah, dude. Magnum PI is great. A-Team's great.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Next question. Last question. Which fast food restaurant character would win a battle royale to the death against all of the other fast food restaurant characters?
That is awesome. I'm gonna say only because you have them up there.
So we have McDonald. These are really the only ones. Ronald McDonald, the Burger King. We've got Grimace. We've got Chuck E. Cheese. We've got the Noid from Domino's. We've got Bob's Big Boy. We've got the Colonel from Kentucky Fried Chicken. We've got the Hamburglar from McDonald's, and we've got the Chick-fil-A cows.
You know, the Colonel could be like Classy Freddie Blassie. You know, he could be like manager. I don't ever see
Freddie Blassie.
Like, there's no chance he should even be in with that group because he's going to get his hip broke. Bob's Big Boy has to be the number one.
He would be my hands down, but he wears those stupid overalls, so I don't know if I would put him.
No, Hillbilly Jim had overalls.
I never liked guys with overalls. I mean, Hillbilly Jim was okay. Like,
think about just size wise.
Grimace isn't, he's pretty intimidating.
Yeah, but look at his reach. He's got no reach at all. He's got little bitty
Zero
arm.
reach.
He's got
You're
zippy reach. And if you think about it, like Bob's Big Boy, it's gonna when you watch those like battle royals and whatnot, you got to lift that big person over the ropes.
Yeah,
right.
That's true. Yeah,
he's holding his own.
What about Sonic the Hedgehog? He would be too quick. Could anybody catch him?
He's too quick, but he's an easy throw over the rope.
But Sonic the Hedgehog isn't a fast food restaurant
Sonic,
character.
He wasn't attached to the Sonic restaurants?
No, not Sonic the Hedgehog. The are you talking about the Noid?
No, well, I thought Sonic. What about Sonic?
No, that was just a video game. That was a Sega. That was a Sega video game character.
I know it was Sega, but I thought they used him as a
mascot for Sonic.
Mascot,
I've actually never been to a Sonic in my life, so I couldn't tell you.
I thought they were opening one here. I can't wait.
They're supposed to.
Now I think Bob's got it. I mean, he looks intimidating. The overalls kind of suck, but he looks like he's got some heft to his muscles there. So yeah. Would you eat that burger he's holding up?
Oh, it's a lock. Don't think I haven't already gone to Bob's Big Boys and eaten that burger.
All right. Yeah, that's the end.
Oh, there
and it's the end of somebody else too. And I can't believe you didn't put him in your.
Oh yeah, today
he's done.
Yeah.
It's the biggest sports news in the area. You guys didn't even put it.
It's not on ESPN. That's why.
Well, it should be.
The owners at 4:48 p.m. voted to allow the sale.
Yep.
So he is done. And you know what? It was awesome. I was
there it is. Oh, Snyder fined $60 million over findings and investigations.
Yeah, that's the best part. And then I was listening to sports radio, DC Sports Radio, and the new owner, they were having a big party today for Redskins fan or Commanders fans at this brewery in DC somewhere. And the new owner called in literally minutes after he walked out of the owners meeting and bought everybody in the brewery a round of beer.
Nice. That's awesome.
I get the feeling Brian's going to switch. I think he's going to switch back.
We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Of course
he will. He will. It's not even one of those will he won't they, will they or won't they?
So he sells it for $6 billion or $6.05 billion.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets hit with a $60 million out the door.
Why not? Get your comeuppance, Stan.
Yeah, I mean that's nothing. You get
Yes.
$6 billion and you get 60 million. You're like, here you go.
So
well, he owes a lot of money, so he's not going to get. I mean, he's going to get a lot of money from the sale, but he owes the NFL a bunch of money back for money that he borrowed against the Redskins from the NFL. So
he's still going to be able to afford pizza.
Oh yes. He's.
I mean, he probably clear at least $1 billion.
Oh, way more than that. He's going to go walk away with like 4 something. It sucks that he's
can't even
going to slink off.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
I hope his boat sinks.
So, wow. Ryan's like,
that's the wrath. Man. The wrath. You know,
it's complete wrath. Wow. He's like, I hope his boat sinks, and he sinks to the bottom of the ocean, and fish eat him.
So I didn't say this, but another friend was like, "Why couldn't Danny have gone on that submarine thing?"
Wow.
I was like, "Whoa, dude!" I was like, "Whoa."
You know what?
That's harsh.
It's mean and harsh, but it's got a good point.
Brian,
but then the sale may not have been. No. He doesn't want that. The sale got finalized, so maybe it wouldn't have got finalized.
Yeah, that would have been terrible.
Good point. Okay, so up to regular stuff. I was watching the Today Show, and they're always up on these like whatever the TikTok trends are and stuff. And
that's surprising.
What do you mean?
You know what? Oh no, not. I mean, I didn't think them as a TikTok like type of.
Oh, it's basically like NBC just owns everything. They don't own TikTok, but they want to be. It's like it's one big conglomerate of wanting to know stuff, right? So one of the things that came up, the latest TikTok trend is called girl dinner, and it's based on girls what they eat when like nobody's around, like when they don't have like a date that night or whatever,
or like, and so they're not scoping men.
Yeah, and so it's what they do, like they take the food that's in their house, so it's not like they're going to the grocery store, right. They're not doing that up. It's basically like if you were left alone with your current pantry, what decadent food would you make? And a lot of it for the girl dinners, it was like wine and cheese and Triscuits, and it's a lot of it cheese and wine and stuff like that. So everybody's taking pictures of their girl dinner, and then they're putting it on TikTok. So it got me thinking, though, like I think guys think totally different. Like guys aren't going to take stuff in the pantry, like you could, but I think every guy's just going to order out, I would think.
Yeah.
But if you were stuck with what was in your pantry, like right now, what would the guy dinner look like for you?
I don't really have anything in the pantry. Like it would be like Hungry Man soup. Like I don't really have anything in the pantry.
Yeah. So you would no matter what,
your frozen food. But other than that, like I don't have stuff to make a dinner.
But if you knew, like, I guess if you were like left to your own devices, and I guess you could order. In this case, we can say we order.
I would.
You order big, right? Because you're gonna go like, look, nobody's gonna judge me.
You know me. I don't even eat big when like no one.
See, that's your problem, not being gluttonous. You really like. You've never had like one of those like pig out days where you just.
No. But that's why I don't understand. Like, I mean, that's why I tried them. I don't know. Like, I mean, it's all for me. What's the word?
Infinite. You wasted it all on infinite.
Indulge. Okay. Yeah. I indulge in beer.
Yeah.
And that's my gluttony thing. I don't like for food. I could eat 3 slices of pizza and I'm done. I'm not. That's If no one was watching, I'm not eating a 4th. If I'm not hungry, I'm still not going to eat a 4th slice of pizza.
Oh damn. See, I would be like, if I had to go pantry style, I'd probably eat a whole box of cereal,
For example, we did a potluck in the office the other day. Mm-hmm. Most of the people left after the potluck, and there were still 2 large pizzas, like 8 pieces of Popeye's chicken, biscuits, lo mein, and I ate whatever I ate during the potluck is what I stopped at. Like, I didn't go back and back.
And see, and if I was allowed to like order stuff, oh my God, it'd be a nightmare. There'd be like a full-on large pizza. There probably would be some form of chicken as well.
But you could eat a whole large pizza.
There would definitely be a cheesesteak, and fries and then breadsticks and stuff. Like all of that would go into my one, guy dinner. But
That's crazy. I couldn't know
Brian,
that.
what about you?
Well, if it's pantry stuff, it'd be like several of those, those little snack pack bags of chips
Mm-hmm.
from the pantry, and then
Yeah.
probably like a whole bag of popcorn from like
Mm-hmm.
microwave popcorn, and then depending on when we went shopping, maybe like a Pop-Tart and
Ooh,
A-
don't get
like
too crazy.
a Pop-Tart? I would have eaten the box of Pop-Tarts.
well, like just one pack because
I think
I'm
that
eating
hasn't
several.
been-
Like,
Cause-
I may have a Pop-Tart.
Because
Yeah,
I
like,
imagine
don't-
myself if it's pantry, I'm grazing. Like I'm doing a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah, like don't think that hasn't happened multiple
Yeah.
times in my
So-
day of having.
And then I
Pop-
definitely would hit the Oreos and all the other stuff.
Oreos are solid.
But if it was like I could order stuff,
Mhm.
I mean I'm probably either like ordering like a huge Chick-fil-A meal or like from this local place that does like.
You're allowed to go crazy and you go Chick-fil-A?
Well, I like Chick-fil-A. Like I would get
They do.
I would get
Okay.
like
Get a couple of
the
those
spicy
sandwiches.
chicken sandwich deluxe, the large fries. I would get the 10-piece or the 12 whatever the 12-piece nuggets, little nuggy things, and then I would get the mac and cheese because their mac and cheese is good. And what's that?
Their mac and cheese is too soupy.
No, you got to get it with the bacon on top. It's good.
I didn't even know that was an option.
Yeah, you can order it with that. And then, or I would do. I mean, it would be similar to that. Where I probably wouldn't order as much as Matt. It would be like maybe like a pizza and wings, like 10 wings, or it would be like a cheesesteak, fries, and like either mozzarella sticks
Not
or
as
onion
much
rings.
as me.
I
I
would.
want a hot dog.
How much for one rib?
You'll
Like
get
that?
nothing and like it.
If I ordered a large pizza and 10 wings, that would take me 3 meals.
That's nuts to me. That to me just makes no sense.
Because there's no way I could eat 4 slices and 5 wings is 1 meal.
Yeah. Wow.
I
That's
don't know
great.
that I would finish the pizza, but I would definitely eat all the wings and most of the pizza.
I don't like wings, so I would get nuggets. But like if I substituted, I could do like the large
10 chicken tenders and a large
Yeah, like
pizza.
absolutely, easily. And then
What
I
if
get
you
some.
had 10 Popeyes tenders and a large pizza? How much of that could you eat?
Can I add breadsticks or biscuits? Can I do the Popeyes biscuits too?
You can add whatever you want.
Wait, so you're saying
I'm adding. I'm not subtracting.
you're saying you could eat all 10 tenders
yes.
and a large pizza
Yes.
and add food.
Yes. That's the problem, and that's why I'm fat, folks. This is why I'm actually working.
No, that's why you were. You're
No,
a
but
lot
this is
better now.
yeah, but this is why I'm on the program that I'm on, because there is literally no, like, people talk about a little bell that goes off when you've had enough.
That's I'm the alcohol bell. I don't have any bell.
The
for
bell
alcohol.
does not exist. Like, I don't get to a point where I think I was meant to be one of those competitive eaters. I just never got around to doing it. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it just.
But I mean, they don't eat for pleasure. You know what I mean?
Oh, I would straight eat for pleasure.
But then,
that would do it for a competition and
Yeah,
pleasure.
it would be
Yeah.
the best of both worlds. And so,
I don't know. I think they go through like horrible pain, like during
I
and
think
after
they
that.
do, but I don't know. I haven't found that. And so, anyway, but that's why I have to change my mental, which is why I'm on the program that I'm on. But anyway, the other thing that came up is the concept of seat switching on an airline. So this came up this week. A mom had 2 kids, and the kids, in fairness, were like, 12 to 15,
Right.
Teenage age kids, 2 kids. And she got stuck in like the middle seat behind the 2 kids. And one kid got like an aisle seat and one kid got a middle seat. And then a stranger got the window seat. So the mom asked the stranger, "Hey, can we switch seats?"
Yeah, but who
And
wants to go to the middle?
the stranger was like, "No, I picked a window seat so I could catch some Z's, and sorry about your luck." And so the internet is like, "Oh, you're a horrible person."
No, you're not.
Then the other thing is like, because like, wouldn't you let the parents the mom and the kid sit together? Blah blah blah. Would you be that you would just be like, "Hey, this is the seat that I bought. tough on you, or would you give up your seat? And like, nobody wants the middle, and I get that, but even if it's not the middle, let's just say it's an aisle seat or something like that, and somebody asked you to switch, even though you like the seat you're in, would you switch with that person?
If it was an aisle seat or a window seat, I would switch. If it's a middle seat, there's no chance.
Yeah, I would have a very hard time switching to a middle seat. I would have to be a jerk and say no if it was a middle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with Brian. If it's an aisle, no problem. I'm switching him, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a window, I'd have to see who's next to me in the middle.
Yeah, I like sitting on the window because I don't have to get up as much when the other people have to go to the bathroom. That annoys me, especially if you get somebody that has to go like all the time on a
and that's like
flight.
me. Yeah.
So I don't mind the window. But I do like the aisle because you can stretch out more.
Yeah, I like the aisle because of the stretch out, the arm and the leg.
Yeah, like I don't know, like just being in that position, I'm the guy who's like typically just goes, sure, no problem, and I'll probably even apologize to the person as I'm switching seats with them, but I would be pissed the whole time. It's just because it's kind of like their mom, it's a family, they should be together type of thing, but I wouldn't want to. Like I feel like I would end up doing it, but I wouldn't want to. I'm kind of proud for the one lady to say, no, this is, I purposely wanted a window seat and I'm staying it.
See, yeah, oh, by the way, if I'm sitting next to a hot Asian, I'm not moving at all. I don't care.
Okay, so that's the criteria, like hot Asians in the middle seat. And
oh yeah, so it's both that's the deal breaker on both, or that's the deal breaker or deal changer.
Okay.
Like if I'm next to a hottie and they say, can you switch? I'm saying no. But if I look over and I'm going to be next to a hottie, I would say yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, or even if she's cute, right? They're like, oh, would you switch? And I'll be like, oh, yeah, okay, I'll switch.
So if it's Quasimodo, you're like, no dice. Okay. I wonder like that would be a thing. I can see some people doing it like, hey, okay.
Yeah, okay,
I'll give him a second shot. I'll switch out for you.
Exactly right.
So, yeah. Okay. So I think that's where we stand on that. The other thing, did you hear about the sailor and his dog?
No.
I did hear about this.
Yeah. So this dude, he was like Australian, I believe, and he was set sail. And the weird thing was he's one of those, like those hippie people that just sail all over because, why not, type of thing. And so his last port was, this dog kept following him. So he was like, it's a stranger, homeless dog. I'll take the dog with me. Gets on the sailboat. They go into the great unknown, and they get some kind of like electrical storm or whatever that knocks all of their like electrical equipment out. So he's stranded on a boat with a dog for like 3 months, if not longer. Yeah, I think it was 3 months.
It was 3 months.
And they survived on like sushi or raw fish and rainwater. And I'm thinking, how quickly would you eat that dog?
No, I wouldn't.
Like, you wouldn't just go like, hey, look, Fido, I don't really even know you that well.
No, because you're not cook. You can't cook the dog.
I can't figure out why he didn't find a way to make fire. Like, why
you can't just make an open fire on a sailboat, though. That's like really bad.
You can put stuff together, I would think, and
Wouldn't
put it on the deck.
Go through the sailboat?
Yeah,
no,
that would be really bad.
You think?
Yeah, I'm dying. I'm not surviving. But
I would make a little fire and cook the dog up, I think.
There's no way I'm living. No way.
But like, he survived. The funny thing is, I read a story that apparently once they got saved, he left the dog. He left the dog like wherever they got saved. Basically, he left, and it was
That's
like
insane. Why wouldn't you take the dog with you?
You would think if you almost died with the dog, you almost died with him, and you're not going to eat him. You might as well keep him for life.
Maybe the dog was a jerk the 3 months, and he was just like, I'm done with this dog.
But that's when you eat them, or use them. No, but if you use them for bait, you chop them up and like, hey, you're going to get a bigger fish.
That is so weird.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I had a really strange experience the other day. I was at Rock and Cross, the local place I like to go to. So it was later at night, and 3 women walk in. It was looked like an either mother
Three women walk into a bar.
So it was either mother and two daughters or an older lady with two younger women.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was the latter. And a bunch of guys had started to hit on the two girls, went and sat at their table. Like
Mm-hmm.
3 or 4 guys had went over, sat at the girls' table.
Mm-hmm.
The older lady comes over and gets me, and she drags me to the table.
You got dragged in by like a stranger
to the table to sit in the now open seat. And she goes, "My friends want to meet you. They said to come get you."
Because you're from Subfacts. They knew you were a celebrity.
Probably either that or they thought I was cute.
Or they were professionals.
The fact that I'm due Subfacts.
Yeah, you're a local celebrity. She just didn't want to let you know.
Right.
Or they were professionals.
Good point.
So none of that. So I ended up sitting down there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then about 2 minutes into me sitting and having a good chat, like I'm
Sure.
a personable guy.
Yeah.
She notices the ring and she goes, "You married?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm married." She immediately escorts me back to my seat.
Wow. She's like, Jugdish and Sarah Animal House.
And I'm like, what did I was honest about it. I could have said no and did the end of the table.
Look at you. You could have been a swinger.
Those cougars were on patrol, my friend.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying for anything. All I was doing was being personable.
But haven't you noticed, though, that happens in life when relationships happen when you're not expecting them or you're not trying for them.
Right.
When you try is when you're going to be desperate and lonely.
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sad. But all I'm saying is that I was conversing. I was having a good time just talking to people.
Yeah, you're like
and then
party.
she took me away from it because I was married. It seems odd.
Well, what can
Why
you do?
drag me there in the first place?
They thought they were going to party with a single guy.
She thought you had a bunch of YouTube money to give her from Subfacts.
I don't know. The girls thought, like I said, I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
That one of them wanted to meet me and thought I was cute, maybe, or that they knew me from Subfacts.
Yeah, it could happen. That's what I would be like. Me? Is it because I do Subfacts? Like, I'm not gonna lie. When I'm at the gym, a lot of times, and I've never worn a Subfacts shirt or anything.
What do you do? Walk around like you're Woody Harrelson in Kingpin?
People tend to stare at each other at the gym. And there's been times where you always get a glance.
Like, I know you.
No, you get a look, and I'm sitting there going, do they watch Subfacts? Like, do they know? Like, have they seen our reactions? So part of me thinks like I'm waiting.
What would happen if we went to like Korea or like?
That's true. I'm waiting for the one person that we don't know to be like, are you in Subfacts?
If I get that, that's
yeah.
Then I can go to my deathbed.
At that point it's done. So
it's all gravy from there.
Yeah. So and like I said, I've never worn a Subfacts shirt, so it's not anything like that. But it'd be kind of cool if somebody was like, "Hey, I've seen you on your reactions. You're the Ewok."
You're the Ewok.
And so
all right, we gotta move. Sorry.
Okay, so there's a big conspiracy. I am completely blaming this on the lack of ticket sales in the entertainment industry because apparently there's another TikTok trend or something like this. It's called like Barbieheimer or Oppenby. So basically they're mixing Barbie and Oppenheimer,
right?
Because they're basically saying people can't pick which one they want to watch. So they're going to go see double features. So everybody's trying to do this whole like double feature Barbie and Oppenheimer thing. And I'm like, no one is doing this. Nobody that wants to see Oppenheimer also wants to see Barbie.
And vice versa.
So I am convinced the entertainment industry is going, hey, let's create this viral thing, which doesn't exist because any normal person, if you want to see Barbie, you probably don't want to see Oppenheimer, vice versa. I don't know why there's literally there's posters people are making, t-shirts, as Brian's pointing out. It's a whole big thing. And I'm convinced it's the entertainment industry because there's no way that's a good movie.
Yeah, no
way people want to see both.
No way. Not a chance.
And I would say that the people that there are probably people that want to see both, but the numbers are so minuscule. There's no way that it's this big, huge viral sensation.
Yeah. That's no. Whoever says that, their screws are loose.
Yeah. I will say Oppenheimer looks awesome.
I do want to see that.
Totally want to see it.
Want to see it.
Do not want to see Barbie and don't plan on it. So yeah.
Right.
So those are the
Oppenheimer opens this week, Barbie opened last.
No, they both open this week.
Oh, they do. Okay.
Yeah, so that's why people are doing a double feature. Okay. Which they're not doing a double
Christopher
feature.
Nolan, the director of Oppenheimer, was upset that they launched Barbie in the same weekend because he thinks they're killing ticket sales by putting both movies out on the same time.
It might be.
I think they did. I agree with Matt. I think they have different audiences.
I think the audiences are completely different. I don't think.
Yeah, but if you have date night male versus female, the female might win, and then they may go see Barbie as opposed.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I don't know. If you're going to Barbie and you're a dude.
Yeah, but you might be trying.
100%. By the way, if I'm 25 and not married, and a chick wants to go see Barbie,
I'm taking her,
and I'm taking her.
I would try to do my best to sway her into Oppenheimer.
Absolutely not. You know why? I could see Oppenheimer myself the next day. I'm going with her to see Barbie because she wants to see it. I'm getting brownie points.
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
Yep.
But
I don't have to worry about getting dragged to a table where
yeah, exactly. Okay, so those are the biggest movies of the week. There is another movie that looks good. It's I think it's going to be in limited release because I think it's going to be on one of the streaming platforms soon, but it actually looked kind of cool. It's called The Beanie Bubble, and it's
documentary.
No, it's not a documentary. It's a movie like Elizabeth Perkins and Zach Galifianakis.
Wow. Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
And it looks good because the guy, it's a lot of it is it's about the people who worked.
Yes, it does look pretty good.
It's the people who worked around the Beanie Baby company, and the guy who created them apparently
Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah.
Oh, I love her. I'll see that.
The guy that created Ty Warner, who created the Beanie Babies, was apparently extremely eccentric and just had no ability to manage or do anything. He just created these things. So it's about the people that kind of work around.
I'm fully in. I love Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah. So it looks like it could be pretty good. But like I said, I think it's going to be more streaming than rushing to see it in the movie theater. But anyway, that's awesome. You finally saw Creed 3.
I finally saw Creed 3, and I can't be more mad, upset.
I told you I dumped out.
Furious.
I dumped out after a half hour.
I had to watch the whole thing through. I did start it fast forwarding. So like you, about a half hour in, I forwarded to the fight scenes and forwarded, I was like, what is going on? And then
because you knew the story a mile away.
Absolutely.
Within the first 5 minutes, you saw everything happen.
My biggest thing, the reason I wanted to mention it is how dare you play like an overtone of the Rocky music? How dare you? Don't even use it at all. If you're not going to have Stallone in it, get out of my face. Don't use any Rocky related music at all. Stop, get out of here. Don't play that. Like that.
None of it.
An overtone. Like I'm not going to hear it. I hear it. So stop. And when that happened,
yeah,
my TV almost got a wrath.
Yeah. Wrath. Complete wrath.
Yeah, see, there it is. There's Wrath.
Hey, is that the name of our show?
Wrath.
Infinite wrath. Infinitism.
It just gets me mad. Like, how do you not have Stallone and then you... All right, I said my piece.
Like I said, I dumped out after a half hour, so I think you can safely say that the guys from Subfacts, big thumbs down to Creed.
The Beanie Bubble, it looks like it's going to be on Apple TV Plus.
Oh, good.
Oh, nice.
Apple Plus. I'll be checking it out. Okay, so moving on to TV. What We Do in the Shadows came back. I think it's season 4 or 5.
Season 5.
I've seen 2 episodes. I think they only have 2 episodes out at this point, and I love the show. The show just makes me laugh every time.
Something I like or no?
You wouldn't stick out with it. It's the one about the vampires.
Nope. I'm already out.
Okay. Anyway,
I think he would like it.
No,
Really?
the problem is he wouldn't stick with it.
Talked
No,
about
the
this one before. Yeah.
You know that
Actually,
one.
I might like this one. Yeah, I know.
I think it's hilarious, and Carl Robinson is the
He
best.
is. He's my favorite.
And
That's
so
why I didn't like last season,
he
because last season he was like
was
the
baby
baby.
Carl
Yeah, I
Robinson.
didn't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the funniest thing is he's an energy vampire, and he just literally sucks the energy out of people. And so they always put him in, like, he used to have like an office job, like the mundane office job. And so this season he's back, and he decided to go into the restaurant industry, and he's a waiter at like Friendly's or whatever, or
What?
TGI Fridays type of thing, where it's just the best because he's just the awful, most annoying person, but he's hilarious. And so yeah, I love the show. The characters are awesome. So I am 100% for it. The other thing was I mentioned it a couple weeks ago. Netflix put out the show Quarterback, and it follows Patrick Mahomes, Marcus Mariota, and Kirk Cousins. And I'll be honest with you, I love those things. I like literally.
I typically do too.
Even the golf when they did. I don't even like golf, and I watched the whole season because it was awesome. I struggled through the first episode, and I'm in the second episode, and Patrick Mahomes is very annoying. He's super and annoying. Like, I'm sure he's a good guy. He just comes. There's something about him that annoys me. It might be the voice, and you've picked up on that where he talks like Kermit the Frog a little bit.
Yeah, his voice.
Like, he's very talented, and I get that, but also they're not mixing it up equally. So it's like it seems to be Patrick Mahomes, and by the way, there's two other guys when we feel like going to like a commercial break. Like you get a little bit of Kirk Cousins, and then Mariota. Why even have him on there if you're never going to show him? And he's not good.
Yeah, you barely show Mariota. The other thing is I hate Kirk Cousins, the quarterback on the field, and the annoying guy. But off the field, the guy seems actually pretty cool.
He seems like down to earth. He seems like the most down to earth kind of dude ever.
On the field and in the locker room, all those little clips, he seems like a complete douche. But off the field, the guy seems pretty cool.
I never got douche vibes from him, and it could just be because he played for the Redskins, but I never got douche vibes from him. But it was the
whole like you like that, and the whole like he thinks he's cool.
No, he didn't think he was cool, but he said that just because he was all amped up because of
But he used it again. He used it with the Vikings too.
But true, I'm sure. But that dude is the constant underdog, and you love underdogs, but he's like the constant underdog.
He wasn't an underdog though.
Yeah. Nobody ever goes, man, I got Kirk Cousins on my fantasy football. I'm excited.
He's an absolute stat machine. You 100% do.
I'm just saying, I don't think a lot of people get jazzed up for him.
Okay, he didn't get jazzed up over here because Washington fans always loved RG3, and they never got rid of that love, which was, I have no idea why. And he sat behind RG3 for 3 years. Then he played really well, and then they never signed him long term. They kept giving him a franchise tag.
Like he got screwed over. I'm just saying, I don't think he's as douche as you probably want to think.
The way I viewed it, he was kind of douche.
Yeah.
But through this thing, I kind of like him.
Yeah, like he seems to be a good dude. If anything, I'd like to see more him. Yeah. And then Mariota, I don't know why they even put him on there.
Yeah, like that was it. Like, do we have anybody else?
What favor was called in for this one? You couldn't there's other quarterbacks you couldn't have focused on. Like, honestly, why not put Josh Allen in there?
Josh Allen.
You could put great. Aaron Rodgers. You could do
Joe Burrow would have been great.
Yes, those people
Herbert would have been great.
People that are going to play each other and play each other well would be the best choice.
I mean, there's so many other quarterbacks that are like entertaining personalities that you could have put on there that you completely missed out on.
Yeah, and so and I find Mahomes' wife to be very annoying too. Like it's just kind of like, okay, whatever. They show her at the game and she's all rooting and it's like, come on, dummy.
Oh, she's eating a fame like no other.
She really is. And that she's milking it like no other. So I don't know. As much as I want to love it and I love those things, it's very much hard. It's hard to sit through.
I'm with you.
Brian,
100%.
you concur?
I concur. I watched the first episode, and by the end of the episode, I really didn't want to watch anymore. I was super annoyed, just like you were in Mahomes. And
why did Netflix call us?
Yeah. Do you know what show I never
already?
You know what show I never dump out on?
This is Cindy Starfall, and it's time for Mooney's Dugout. Love you, Mooney.
If they did a Cindy Starfall documentary, I'm watching. I'm watching the whole season.
I'm watching many times.
Boom.
All right. So some sports this week, sort of into last week, but very worth mentioning. Marquita Vondrousova.
Guilty. No, I'm just kidding.
I think that's how you pronounce it. She won the female Wimbledon competition, and she was unranked coming in to the tournament. Unranked.
Did anyone watch it?
I did not watch it.
It's like a tree falling in the woods.
But it is pretty awesome that an unranked woman won Wimbledon. That is
absolutely.
It's the best tennis tournament in the world.
It's a folklore because nobody watched it. Okay, I'm just kidding. Fine. Somebody watched it.
But then what everybody did watch was the 4 hour 45-minute like juggernaut tennis final between Carlos Alcaraz is how you pronounce it, I believe.
I think it was Alcaraz.
Alcaraz,
like Alcatraz, but different.
And Djokovic.
Yeah.
No, whatever. And Alcaraz won. Awesome. Totally down with Djokovic. Don't like him. See you later. Happy you're out of the tournament.
So everyone watched it but me because tennis,
no. It was
tennis
a big
sucks.
event. I was watching. I watched the last 3 sets.
Isn't that technically the Roland Garros?
No. That's French Open.
Oh, okay. Wimbledon is Wimbledon.
Wimbledon is just Wimbledon.
Okay. Yeah, I don't care. I've tried. Tennis is just boring to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't get into it.
Women's World Cup is starting this week. Actually today. First day of matches. U.S. plays tomorrow, Friday, 9 p.m., I believe. It's either 9 or 10 versus Vietnam. We should win.
Well, aren't the women?
This is the first time Vietnam has ever made the World Cup.
So according to the computers,
Women's World Cup.
It's supposed to be England and the U.S. in the finals.
Absolutely. Those two teams have the best chances.
Okay, boom. I won't watch it, but we'll hear about it on your sports.
Next thing, Saquan Barkley may choose to hold out for the entire year. That would be a monumentally bad decision.
Would it though?
Yes.
Because
you don't play well after taking a year off because you don't put in the same effort into your workouts. You don't put in the same effort into practices, and you can't practice with your team, so you're just practicing on your own.
So what about a payday though? Because the Giants have money.
He wouldn't get money. He would not get paid.
No, I know that, but the demand for him would create him a better payday for him, right?
Well, that's the problem. So even if he chooses to hold out the entire year, technically the Giants could franchise him again next year. And he would be in the same spot. So he would be best just playing the year for the $10 million and then hoping next year he would get another 10 or 11. I think he wants an extra 1 or 2 more million. Not worth it. Not worth risking your entire career over.
Yeah, but why can't the Giants just go, oh, he only wants another $1 million?
He wants like a 40-year, like $48 million. And they don't want to invest 4 years because it's hard for a team to invest that much in a running back because they don't last that long.
Who's his manager? Like Drew Rosenhaus? Guy, guy who makes some.
Oh, whoever his agent is, he's pressing for him to sign that deal because he gets paid.
Absolutely, but I guess he just thinks he's gonna. If he threatens to hold out, then the Giants will come to the table and give him some money.
But here's
the Giants have money. They
help. The running back market is so down right now, and there's so many running backs on the market. Like the Giants could just literally not pay him, let him, and then just sign anybody else that would just come close, because it's a passing league now.
It's a very the market is overflooded with running backs right now. And that's why they're not as valued. And here's the other problem. Like if 10 million now for 2 or 3 more years that's all he might play is 3 more years. Like if he it just 10 million is a lot. It's the average of the 5 highest players. So for it to be only 10 million, that tells you that running back salaries aren't that high.
And this is his first contract.
Second. This would be his second.
Oh, okay. So he got paid.
Contract, he got paid. So now he's going in his 5th year. But in free agency, if you're out for a year, Le'Veon Bell did it. The Jets got him, and he was a complete dud.
Yeah, I think this is a dumb move.
So we'll see. Yeah, I think it's a dumb move. And then last but not least, the Angels may not be trading Shohei Ohtani, and that would be a super dumb move because they would get nothing for him then.
On the menu is Shohei Ohtani at number 12 or number 32.
So I mean, I don't know who you is. He's the pitching, hitting wonder of the world, if you will. He might be
the best baseball player in the world right now.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Because he's got like a 280, 300 average. He's got like 30-something home runs.
30,
and
35,
he's
I think.
3 ERA pitcher, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you get 2 players for one. This guy is going to get roughly 55 to 60 million a year in free agency. And the Angels probably can't afford it. So he's going to go to the Dodgers or the Yankees, and they're going to get nothing in return. Zippy nothing.
Wow.
So you may as well trade him to the highest bidder now and get something.
Good on him. Because,
it's good on Shohei. I mean, it's bad on the Angels.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's good on him get some cash.
Yeah, he's going to be loaded.
Yeah, good for him. I don't know who he is. I think didn't we see it? We saw his baseball card that was like signed in like Asian writing.
Yep.
I forgot what it was called.
Stud.
Kanji. I think it was signed in. I think Kanji was the name of it.
Dude, if I was him, you know how many Asian women would be like, "What up?" And I'd be like, "What up?"
Oh, absolutely. He's probably got a whole harem going.
You won't have to worry about hoping to trade seats. Like every woman on your plane is hot.
Yeah, because he's not like a bad looking dude.
No, he's not. He's a pretty good looking dude.
Yeah, good on him.
I hope he becomes a Yankee. I really, really do. We suck. That's it for sports.
Boom. Okay. Well, folks, we got a really exciting week of music. I can tell you this. The biggest album of the week is going to be the Barbie soundtrack.
Okay, tell me who's on this. What song? Like,
none of it that I would like.
Okay.
Your taste, your tastes are a little different than mine. You like the poppy stuff more than I do.
Right, let's see who's on this.
You've got Lizzo.
Any old songs, or is it all new stuff?
I believe it's all new stuff except for Nicki Minaj, Charlie XCX, Tame Impala, Billie Eilish.
I don't know many of these
basically
people.
All the top pop people at the moment, like Sam Smith. All these.
I know Sam Smith.
Oh, Haim has a song on there.
No idea.
It's basically all the pop people you could get mashed up, and people are going to buy it. If they go to see the movie, they're buying the soundtrack. If somebody gave me the soundtrack, I would literally light it on fire in front of them and kick the ashes back at them because it would be so awful.
Wrath.
But
exactly.
maybe my wrath should be bumped up to 5 or something like that. But anyway, even more annoying than the Barbie album is the band Greta Van Fleet. They have an album called Starcatcher that's out on Friday or this week. And Greta Van Fleet is one of those bands that like you either love them or you hate them. I fall in the hate category because, and honestly, I've thought about it. Maybe it's not their fault. They sound just like Led Zeppelin. Like maybe it's not. Maybe
they do.
They do. It sounds like a Led Zeppelin ripoff, but I've seen people make the comparison of, dude can't control his voice necessarily. And if you love Led Zeppelin, then why wouldn't you like them? Because it's almost
Right.
more you love Led Zeppelin music, you're getting more of it in
Yeah.
a modern flair.
Agreed.
So there are people that love it. Me personally, no. It's kind of like it comes off cheesy to me. Like if you're wearing bell bottoms and stuff and you're wearing clothes like Led Zeppelin or hippies from the 60s and 70s and you're now, no. Be like if you're modern looking and you just happen to and you're putting modern music together, but you just happen to sound like Robert Plant, hey, I'm all for it.
Oh, so they're dressing like them. And,
Yeah,
okay.
it's like it just looks schlocky to me. It
They-
just
they
looks.
have
So
a
they're
se-
trying. I mean, yeah,
they
that's
do.
kinda
They have a
weird.
70s vibe. Apparently, it's because like I watched some interviews with them. They grew up on this like very rural farm in like the Midwest, and they didn't have like TV. Their parents were very strict. They didn't have like TV and video games and all that stuff. Like literally, all they had were their like parents' 70s albums,
I
and so that's what the music they
get
listened
that.
to. And so when they started playing music, that's what they started playing. So
I get that to a point though. So like we're all of a certain age and we're definitely older than those kids because they're literally early 20s, you know. We didn't grow up with like hippies and that stuff, you know. And I guess it's from their parents, but we could technically be their parents' age.
Right.
So something is being, you know, faked here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
I don't care if you grew up in the Midwest, you're not walking to the local 7-Eleven and you see a bunch of hippies and go, hey,
No.
I like that outfit.
Absolutely.
It didn't exist. And if anything in the 80s, which they would have been growing up in the 90s, if not later.
Yeah.
That did no.
I
I'm
mean,
not
they grew up
buying
in the
it.
2010s. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you grew up in the 2010s, there's no possible way that your only influence could have been hippies.
This is their move. I mean, you know, they probably they did some shows doing this shtick, I think, this 70s shtick, and people liked them, and so they kind of just ran with it. I mean, you can't blame them. They're making tons of money.
They're making tons of money on dummies. That's what
I mean,
they're doing.
a lot of young people really like their music. I mean, my daughter, for example, is a big fan of them and really likes the band.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And hey, like I said, they have a big following. I'm not going to argue that. It's not for me. I think, and as we get older, we're going to end up seeing more of bands that are trying to emulate bands that we know. And you're going to be like, oh, that isn't anything but the
just
same.
Like movies, they make the same movies,
yeah.
they make the same bands, same music.
I get it, but I will not be buying Starcatcher.
Of course I won't. Answer a question for me.
Sure.
So is everyone trying to be like Jax now? Is that why I see a lot of in my Facebook scrolls, like these kid bands or, 20 something, 30 something bands that like do these a cappella songs, or they play music and they sing cover songs. And is everyone trying
I don't think that's a Jax thing necessarily.
What are they trying to accomplish? Like it floods my Facebook thing. And some of them I listen to because they sound pretty good. But I'm like, what are they trying to accomplish? What are they trying to do? To
be honest with you, I think it's the same thing that we're doing from like a podcasting, a reaction thing. We ultimately want to get noticed for what we do.
Sure.
So somebody out there, like let's say you wanted to be a singer.
But if they get noticed, where do they go from there?
What do you mean? Where do they
Well, if we get noticed, we our goal is to be on radio or have a podcast that 5 million people listen to.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So let's say
we're unique. We have a unique thing, not unique, but our style, and we're off the cuff. We're not repeating anything. We're not covering anything.
Everybody who sings, right, thinks, or who wants to make it, thinks that they have something special.
I understand. So what would they do? Then they would write their own music and hope it catches on? Because you can't. Or they would be the next leg warmers. Is that what they're trying to do?
No. A lot of people in a lot of them, even in the country world, a lot of them in the country world especially, don't write their own stuff. There's there's ghostwriters
Sure.
or people that strictly only do songwriting. So let's say you're Jax, or let's say she's actually a songwriter, but I mean, let's say you're one of the randos that are on your Facebook. You got a good voice. You can't write for anything. You do a cover and hope that somebody sees it and says, man, you're
sense.
good.
Okay, so that's what they're hoping.
Let me
for.
hook you up with either a songwriter or get you a label, something along those lines.
That makes sense. Okay, I thank you. I was wondering why they do that, because they didn't think they could succeed at the cover song.
Yeah.
Just keep singing.
No, it actually kind of made me laugh. You know how I used to watch The Real World all the time?
Yeah.
And it was the second or third season with John. I think it was the second season with John, the country guy.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. He was like, I'm going to be a country star, blah, blah, blah. And he would always sing, and everybody loved it. And then he got an interview with a record label, and they were like, do you play anything? And he's like, nope, I'm just a singer. Well, do you write anything? Nope, I don't sing. He goes, I don't write anything. I just want to be a singer. And I'm sitting there going, you don't play anything, and you don't write anything, and you're average at best.
Yeah.
A lot of people can do the country twang.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And I was like, why are you even sitting in this? I would have kicked this person out of my office so fast. But what I didn't realize was a lot of country artists don't write their own stuff. At the moment, and not to get into political stuff, but Jason Aldean.
Oh, yeah, that's not his song?
No, he didn't even write it.
Oh, wow. I like that song.
Yeah, so there's a song, and it's called something literally it's called something like That Wouldn't Happen in a Small Town, or it's something like that. But anyway, people are reacting to it. We're not going to get into the reactions from that perspective.
Absolutely not.
But the point is, people are taking it as if he wrote the song. He didn't write the song at all. Songwriters come in and they'll play the song, and what he thought the song meant is what he said. I'm going to sing the song. He's
claiming he didn't know what that song meant.
He's saying that the song meant something different to him.
Ooh, I don't know if I believe him.
But think about it this way. So like
I said, I don't want to get into
no, but I'll give you an example. Based
on the lyrics, you have to know.
So we all know the song "In the Air Tonight" by Phil Collins.
Yes.
I was today years old because I found this out today. I've spent the whole time thinking it was about a guy who saw somebody do something that was bad, and he then basically saw him drowning, and he said, I'm not going to save you because you're like a bad guy. Like, that's how I've always taken it if you look at the lyrics. I found out today the lyrics are literally Phil Collins is writing anything because he was going through a divorce at the time.
Yeah, I knew that.
I didn't know that, but my point being
I did the song facts on that song.
My point being is, if Phil Collins is a songwriter, gives that song to me as a singer, I'm completely thinking.
In that case, you wouldn't know.
And if I don't, I'm going, hey, this is what it means to me. I don't know what it means to you necessarily. And some people don't necessarily want to explain what their songs are about.
100% there are songs like that. But if you look at those lyrics, they're pretty pointed.
I haven't, to be honest with you, I've only seen clips. I don't really know.
I have listened to the whole
song. That's why I'm not getting into it, because
I have listened to the whole song twice. I don't think those lyrics can be misconstrued, in my opinion.
Okay. But like I said, we've done this on the show. Even Violent Femmes,
right.
You're like Big Hands. It's got to be about masturbation, and it's not.
Yeah. Modern English, Melt With You.
Yeah. So we've done that. So I know how it can be construed, and I'm not sick. I don't know the guy really. I'm
surprised he didn't write it. I thought he wrote it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, there's a lot of people in country that don't write the stuff.
Thank you for that. I was always wondering why they tried that.
No problem. Boom. But you know who does write his own stuff?
Well, who needs no explanation is our boy Andy at Creative Underground. We've mentioned him a million times before. He has a local studio. He does everything you can imagine. He does corporate events, weddings, pro karaoke, and he just set up Matt's grandma with her own recording single. So you got to love him. Check him out, www.creativeunderground.com.
.co, not .com. Boom. And up next is Ben from KStreetPhotographyDC.com. Big Ben is all over the place. He's been on vacation, but that doesn't stop him from taking pictures because he is a picture madman, I guess I should say. He's just all over the place. Except for one thing, he called us out on Facebook about a pizza place that he said is the greatest pizza place in all time. And as a photographer, he doesn't take a picture of the actual pizza that he's telling us about.
Like a Google Images of the pizza. It actually looked pretty good. I don't know about best all time.
Is it because his version if he took the picture, it would make it look the best of all time?
That would have been better.
And that's probably why.
If he sent the picture, he probably could have sold me.
Maybe that's why he didn't want to send a picture.
But he had to rely on a Google Images picture, which he didn't take, which wasn't as good as his picture.
Fair enough. Boom. But anyway, if you think of photos, think of Ben from KStreetPhotographyDC.com.
Yes. All right. And then last but not least, our boy BK and Big Dog Auto Detailing, folks. The summer is sweltering. The sun is beating down on your vehicles. You got to get a ceramic. You got to protect it because every time you put some water on it, you want to make it look new. And that's what he does. I'm telling you, call him now. Tell him Subfacts sent you 571-233-8716. Your vehicle will look like $1 million when it comes out. You're going to thank us later.
Boom. And as far as our show goes, if you want to write in and be a part of the show, write us at subfactspodcast@gmail.com. Check us out on YouTube for our various reactions, vlogs, and all that kind of stuff. You want to see what we look like. If you're only listening to us audio, you should definitely check out our YouTube channel. It's only going to get bigger and better, folks. We are also on, for the audio folks, we are also on iHeartRadio, Pandora, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, pretty much anywhere where you can get podcasts. But more importantly, check out our YouTube, folks. Boom. And I think we've said it all, sir.
We have?
I think we've said it all. So another good show.
Loved it.
Good show. Awesome. So folks, stay safe, be well, and we will see you next time.
Sure.
Boom.